Welcome to the Assetto Corsa Evo Fun Race Malaysia. Today, all drivers will be piloting the Toyota GR86 as they battle their way around the punishing circuit of Laguna Seca. And away we go. Mo leads the field from P1 through turn 1, and now charging down toward the Andretti hairpin. Oh, we're expecting a very dramatic race here today. Oh, contact between John and Air Up. John gets pushed wide there, but somehow manages to hold on to the position. The pack exits the Andretti hairpin. One challenge out of the way, but now all eyes turn toward turn 3. Conway loses control. A huge mistake there, and that drops him all the way from P4 down to P8, a massive loss of positions. Now, through turn 5, they go. And this is where momentum becomes absolutely critical around Laguna Seca. The elevation climb ahead punishes any poor exit speed, especially in the GR86. If you don't carry enough speed out of this corner, you'll pay for it all the way up the hill. John now approaches the corkscrew. Get it wrong here, and the corkscrew will absolutely screw you. But it looks like John handles it beautifully there. But what about Selectro? Can he keep it together through the corkscrew? Oh my God, he's around. Selectro loses control through the corner and spins the car. That is going to cost him a massive amount of time. Mo begins lap 2 and heads into the Andretti hairpin. And he gets through turn 2 without breaking a sweat. Now the midfield pack charges into turn 2. Everybody is defending their positions, and Sue runs wide off the track. That mistake forces him to surrender positions to Conway and Man. Frizz now leads the midfield pack into turn 4. He gains a position, moving up from P5 into P4. John, Race, and Singh with about 0.6 seconds distance to each other, speeding on Rahal Straight, trying to catch up with Mo. John seems to be struggling to close the gap to Mo, while also dealing with intense pressure from Race and Singh behind. This is exactly the kind of pressure that forces drivers into mistakes. Still leading the race since lap 1, Mo looks absolutely untouchable out there. Even Flash the Speedster has no answer to his pace right now. John, Race, and Singh clear the corkscrew flawlessly and now come flying through Rainy Curve at incredible speed. Man and Sue continue battling downhill, charging through Rainy Curve before slicing through turn 10 flawlessly. Right behind them, Frizz is slowly closing the gap through turn 10, waiting for the perfect moment to make a move for position. The chasing pack continues battling fiercely for P2, while Mo calmly stretches his lead out front with no immediate threat to his position. As they begin lap 3, the gap between P1 and P2 has now grown to 6 seconds. At this point, it seems the only way P2 can catch and pass Mo is if the race leader makes a massive mistake. And right now, that looks very unlikely. Mo now clears turn 4 and powers down the straight toward turn 5. He doesn't look like he wants to slow down at all. What incredible determination from Mo. Maybe Lance Stroll could learn a thing or two from that determination. Selectro now makes his way through turn 2. He now approaches turn 3 at medium speed. He brakes hard into the corner. Whoops! A slight slide from the rear there, but he manages to catch it and keep the car under control. Frizz attacks turn 5 aggressively, but it looks like he runs out of bounds on corner exit. Right behind Frizz is Conway, pushing with everything he has through turn 5 in pursuit of the position. Singh moves up into P3, taking the position away from Race. His corner exit is much stronger than John's. He may have a real chance to challenge for P2. They're battling into turn 11, and Singh gets through John successfully to take over P2. What an incredible overtake. Race is piling the pressure onto John from behind, looking for an opportunity to steal the position. Race almost gets past John for P3. What? He brakes? Why? I thought he could have made it through flat out. And for now, P3 still remains in John's hands. This battle is absolutely intense. I nearly passed out watching that fight. Kind of. Air Up and Man passing through T3. And right behind them comes Sue, carrying speed through turn 3 and charging straight toward turn 4. This green and yellow color scheme almost makes me think of Brazil. But honestly, none of that matters right now. What matters is the sheer excitement of this race. It nearly made me lose my voice. I think I'm gonna need a drink after all these shouting in this commentary box. Silent Qtro charges into turn 3 at high speed,
And he lost control! Massive loss of control there from Silent Qtro. Frizz heads into turn 5 and rides the bump there. That's definitely going to hurt his speed and momentum heading up toward turn 6. Frizz and Kangway battle their way toward the corkscrew. Frizz brakes hard just before the 100-meter board and successfully navigates the corkscrew, while Kangway stays right behind him, applying relentless pressure. But Frizz keeps his composure and powers away through turn 10.
In the midfield,
Man manages to steal the position from Airop and moves up one place into P4. Meanwhile, the midfield pack begins lap 4 and heads into turn 2. Sue in P6 is now closing the gap to Airop in P5 as they make their way through turn 2. John and Race now sweep through turn 3 smoothly and steadily. After the intense battles they've been through, you have to admire the mental strength and focus these drivers are showing out there. Singh looks like he's beginning to close the gap to Mo, flying through turn 5 at incredible speed.
what a fast driver! Is he a tiger or something? Good thing car performance is measured in horsepower instead of tiger power.
Singh is drifting through turn 6, and he loses control! Oh my god! Massive mistake there!
This will definitely cost him the hard-earned position he fought so intensely for.
He spins the car around to recover, like Lewis Hamilton's recovery in Baku! What an impressive skill!
Luckily, he only did a 180. If he started doing donuts, I think my diet would have been over. The backmarkers are now fighting their own battle through turn 3 and charging toward turn 4. Even this far down the field, nobody is willing to back off. Every driver out there is still pushing hard, searching for every possible advantage around Laguna Seca. Frizz runs slightly wide, and Kangway immediately attacks the inside line. Kangway gets the better entry and completes the overtake on Frizz. They continue their battle into turn 6 before pushing even harder up the Rahal Straight. Then they're now charging uphill in a fierce battle for P7. Mo now passed through turn 10 completely unchallenged, looking more and more certain to secure P1. He clears turn 11 effortlessly, dashing down the asphalt and charging toward the finish line. And here comes your Toyota GR86 champion of Laguna Seca. What an incredible performance from start to finish. Controlled, consistent, and absolutely relentless throughout the entire race. From the green flag all the way to the checkered flag, Mo simply looked untouchable around this punishing Laguna Seca circuit. John comes home in second place after an intense and pressure-filled race, while Race secures third place to complete the podium. Man coming through the final corner in P4, and with the gap to Sue is far too large, that position is surely his to keep. Just 80 meters remaining now for Man to complete his race, and he crosses the checkered flag to secure P4, while Sue and Airop finish behind in P5 and P6. Oh, what a fantastic battle from the midfield drivers! Non-stop action and pressure all the way to the finish. Singh now approaches turn 10 in P7. After losing control of the car earlier in the race, he was forced to surrender what once looked like a secure P2. And honestly, without that mistake, I truly believe Singh had the pace to challenge for P1, or at the very least, reduce the gap to Mo to under 2 seconds. A heartbreaking moment in what could have been an incredible charge to the front. The backmarkers Kangway and Frizz are still battling hard through the final corner. Kangway holds the advantage as they exit the corner and look set to secure P7, while Frizz will have to settle for P8 after an intense fight between the two drivers. Unfortunately for Silent Qtro, it's a DNF. The cause is unclear, possibly setup issues, connection problems, or an unexpected situation forcing him out of the race. That brings us to the end of tonight's Toyota GR86 challenge here at Laguna Seca. Mo takes a dominant victory in P1 with an incredible race time of 8 minutes 57.458 seconds, followed by John in P2 after surviving relentless pressure throughout the race, while Race completes the podium in P3. Man secures P4 after a strong midfield battle, followed by Sue in P5 and Airop in P6. Despite an unfortunate spin earlier in the race, Singh manages to recover and finish P7, with Kangway and Frizz completing the field in P8 and P9. And unfortunately for Silent Qtro, his race ends in a DNF. What an incredible race tonight! Intense battles, dramatic overtakes, costly mistakes, and fantastic racing action all around Laguna Seca. Thank you for watching Fun Race Assetto Corsa Evo Malaysia. We'll see you again next time.